Greetings, fellow adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another exciting video where we'll be shedding light on Roman Catholic Diocese of Bethlehem in the Holy Land. Roman Catholic Diocese of Bethlehem. The See or Diocese of Bethlehem was a diocese in the Roman Catholic Church during the Crusades and is now a titular see. It was associated with the Roman Catholic Diocese of Nevers. Now, let's dig deeper into Bethlehem and unveil the hidden treasures it holds within. In 1099, Bethlehem was conquered by Catholic forces in the First Crusade. A new monastery and cloister were built by the Augustinians to the north of the Church of the Nativity, with a tower to the south and an episcopal palace to the west. The Orthodox clergy, the Christian presence in the area had until then been Greek Orthodox, were ejected and replaced by Catholic clergy. On his birthday in 1100, Baldwin was crowned King of Jerusalem in Bethlehem that same year. At Baldwin's request, Pope Paschal I established Bethlehem, never before an episcopal see, as a Catholic bishopric, a suffragan of the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem. In 1187, the Ayyubid Sultan Saladin of Egypt, Syria and more in the Levant reconquered Bethlehem, and the Catholic clergy was forced to let the Greek Orthodox clergy return. Saladin himself in 1192 allowed two Catholic priests and two deacons to return to the diocese, though Bethlehem's economy still suffered from the drastic reduction in pilgrims from Europe. As we progress, let's zoom in on interior exile and examine its role in shaping our overall narrative. In 1223, the bishopric was suppressed as a residential see in the Holy Land, being truly in partibus infidelium, yet was not made a regular titular see but transferred as a residential bishopric in French exile. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Bethlehem Clancy, with a tiny territory in Burgundy, see below. Rare but not unique. Compare the Roman Catholic Archbishopric of Nazareth, fellow Crusader see in southern Italian exile at Barletta in Apulia, southern Italy. In 1229, Bethlehem, Jerusalem, Nazareth and Sidon briefly returned to the Kingdom of Jerusalem under a treaty between Frederick II, Holy Roman Emperor, and the Ayyubid Sultan Al-Kamil, in exchange for a 10-year truce between the Ayyubids and the Crusaders. That treaty expired in 1239 and Bethlehem was then reconquered by the Muslims in 1244. In 1250, with the Mamluks risen to power, tolerance for Christians in Palestine declined. The Catholic clergy left Bethlehem, whose walls were demolished in 1263. The Catholics then returned to Bethlehem only in the 14th century and settled in the monastery adjacent to the Church of the Nativity. The Greek Orthodox in the meantime took over control of the Church of the Nativity and shared control of the Milk Grotto with the Catholics and the Armenians. Moving ahead, let's uncover the hidden gems within residential bishops of Bethlehem in Palestine and discover their significance. Ashetino = Ardsquitinus, 1110 after 1123, Anselmo = Arnci, before 1132 after 1142, Geraldo, before 1147 after 1152, Raul = Radolfo I, 1155 death, 1173, Albert = Alberto, 1177–1181, Rodolfo, next Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem Palestine, 1191 death, 1192, Piero, before 1204, killed in 1205 at the Battle of Adrianopolis, Tommaso, before Raniero, before Tommaso Agni da Lentini, Dominican Order OP, in 1272 elected Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem. As we progress, let's zoom in on exile in Burgundy and examine its role in shaping our overall narrative. The crusading William IV, Count of Nevers, dying in the Holy Land in 1168, had left the building known as the Hospital of Panthena or Pantena in the town of Clancy in Burgundy, together with some land, to the bishops of Bethlehem, in case Bethlehem should fall under Muslim control. In 1223, the then Bishop of Bethlehem took up residence in his Burgundian property, which remained the seat of residential nearly titular bishops of Bethlehem for almost 600 years, until the French Revolution of 1789. From 1223, therefore, the exiled bishops of Bethlehem exercised jurisdiction over the hospital and the faubourg that was their property. Their successors were chosen by the counts, later the Dukes of Nevers, with the approval of the Pope and the King, although neighbouring French bishoprics contested their diocesan legitimacy. In 1413, Charles VI tried to obtain for them the privileges enjoyed by the diocesan bishops of the realm, but because of the opposition of the French clergy they continued to be considered bishops. In 1635, the Assembly of the French clergy granted them an annual pension. Christopher Dauthier of Cizre, founder of the missionary priests of the Congregation of the Blessed Sacrament and celebrated for his sermons to the galley slaves of Marseilles, was Bishop of Bethlehem. The immediate aftermath of the French Revolution extinguished the title to property that was once attached to the titular bishopric of Bethlehem, making it like any other of the titular sees listed by the Catholic Church in the Annuario Pontificio. Let's now shift our focus to titular see and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. Circa 1462 the Crusader diocese was nominally restored by Rome, alongside Clancy, which was in obedience to the antipopes of Avignon, but now as a regular Latin titular bishopric of Bethlehem, English Bethlehem, Franese Bethlehem, Italiano Bethlehem, Latin Bethlehem, Itinus Latin. It had the following incumbents, all of the fitting episcopal lowest rank: Giovanni Berrettino, Fabrizio, Francesco de Carolaris 1471, Cristoforo Amici Matteo 1511, Antonio de Monte Cristoforo Guidalotti Ciocchi del Monte Christophe de Monte, later Cardinal Tommaso Albizzi 1527, Leonardo da Vercelli, OESA 1534, Luz Sola, Crispal de Arguellida 1572, Mario Bellomo 1593, Vincenzo Martesta. Circa 1603 it was suppressed, but in 1840 restored as titular bishopric of Bethlehem, English Bethlehem, French Bethlehem, Curiate, Italian Bethlehem, Latin Bethlehem, Itinus Latin, this time however with apostolic succession to the former Burgundy exiled Diocese of Bethlehem Clancy. The abbots of the territorial abbacy of Saint Maurice Sagon, which has its own Swiss congregation of canons regular, CSA, held the title of Bethlehem from to 1970. It is vacant since 1987, having had the following incumbents, so far all of the fitting episcopal lowest rank: Biosto Elabre Tishen Bartholomew Bagnode, Ciara Joseph Pacolet, Ciara Joseph Emile Abbott, Ciara Joseph Toby Moriton, Ciara Bernard Alexis Burquire, Ciara Lois Sovereign Haller, Ciara. With our curiosity piqued, let's embark on a dedicated exploration of sources and external links and its fascinating intricacies. Catholic Bethlehem in Catholic Encyclopedia. Don't forget to check out my other videos for more valuable content.